undead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets, mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked night.
Hey, all right?
Don't worry, Jenks, I'm back.
You're
I'm
back.
back to save you.
Oh, do you know what? It was so weird. Do you know one of the weirdest things was doing it with no earphones?
Yeah, I bet.
Because you can hear your voice differently with the earphones on, isn't it?
Yeah. So you did great. You did a great job, but you've kind of put me off doing it. Not from watching you do it, just from what you told me afterwards about how nervous you were.
Yeah, it's just, I think if it was just, because we're so used to doing it together, it was just very alien. And I just had that terror of what if I stop talking?
Yeah.
Because there's
I
nobody...
mean, I get that when I'm with you. Like when we're together, there's always that fear that the two of us are just going to stop talking.
Well, with two of you, somebody will pick up the slack. But with one...
Yeah, it's always me. Always me.
Unless you've got some material, like I made sure I was armed with lots of images and whatnot. It was nerve-wracking. I knew I'd be all right once I did it. There's only so much prep you can do. You just got to do it. But yeah, I got to say, I do prefer talking to another human.
Yeah. I'm reluctant, to be honest. Quite reluctant to.
Yeah, but yeah, the video did all right though. Our live thing, one of the better ones.
Yeah, I know, but ads got taken off here, so.
Well, not all the ads. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think it was mainly to do with not my charm. I think it was because Return of the Living Dead usually does really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. How have you been anyway, Jenks? You right?
I've been all right. I've been cleaning all day. Very boring subject, but I've been. When you haven't got a hangover, oh my god, the energy you have on a Sunday is bonkers.
Yeah. I've watched like 5 films today.
I watched. What have I watched? I've been watching Stranger Things with my daughter. I watched Happy Gilmore 2 on Friday, half on Friday, half on Saturday. I did kind of enjoy it. It's not a patch in the first one, but as comedy sequels go, pretty inoffensive. It doesn't really hurt the legacy. It's just not as good as the first one, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm not even going to get into it, right? Because everyone knows how I feel about Adam Sandler. And I stay away. Do you know, I love this guy so much. And I am biased, right? When a new Adam Sandler film comes out, I'll fully admit that I'm biased. I love the guy. He's one of my favourite actors. He's just someone I've loved since a young age. So I watch basically every single one of his movies every year without fail. Because my daughter's into him as well now. And we just watch Adam Sandler films together. So a year doesn't go by where I'm not rewatching all his best movies. Yeah. So I stay away from all the discourse when an Adam Sandler film comes out because I get annoyed. It does annoy me because I love this guy so much. Not that he cares about the reviews because he keeps making the same silly movies. If he cared, he would make better films. And I can say that because I can appreciate them for they are. But let's be honest, it's just silly fun. Yeah. But people get so angry when he does a new film. Jesus Christ, people get angry.
I think what it is, I think Happy Gilmore is probably his most beloved, that and Wedding Singer. And I think the only problem I had with it, I mentioned to you, was that he wasn't Happy Gilmore. He wasn't the angry hockey player. Yeah. He was just a normal golfer that was trying to save the sport. And I just thought, oh, well, anybody could have done this then film. It could have just been like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I get that. My biggest problem was the constant flashbacks. Whenever a legacy character was introduced, or let's say someone who's connected to a legacy character, we can clearly tell who it is, who it's meant to be. And they just kept on doing those flashbacks constantly. And I thought, this film's been out for about 30 years. And people have seen this movie 200 plus times. It's one of his most popular films. Everyone who's watching Happy Gilmore 2 is a fan of the first one. And they've seen it a countless amount of times. We didn't need the constant flashbacks. It's the only thing that bothered me.
Yeah, like... You might have needed the audit man that was now a lawyer. That's the only
Yeah.
one.
That's the one I didn't get. That's the only one I didn't
Yeah.
get, because when he came to the door and there was like this big thing, and I was like, oh, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, like the jackass. It's like that was a very famous scene in the first one.
Yeah.
And
Chubbs' son, like, do you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, all they had to do, they just hired a black guy and I'd give him a fake hand, and that was it.
Yeah.
Didn't need any flashbacks to who he's supposed to be related to.
Right, that's enough Happy
Yeah,
Gilmore.
I was thinking the
Enough
same
Happy
thing.
Gilmore.
Apologies.
I really wanted to talk about this film, but it's not the channel to do it. One last thing that's not horror, Jenks, because I know you'll appreciate this one. I watched Better Man today. I'll tell you more about it after the podcast, but I will say, Jenks, 5 stars.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Incredible. I actually wrote a long, in-depth review about it on my letterbox. Now, I've only just started reviewing films, doing write-ups and really taking my time and, getting my thoughts out, because it's a good exercise for me in this podcast to start writing reviews down.
Definitely.
I usually just throw what I've watched on letterbox and I write nothing, but I've been really trying to get out my feelings about a film, because I've never been that good at getting out what's in my head. So I know what I like about a film, and I know the elements in the film that I loved, but I've always struggled to get it out. So I've started writing it all down, and I wrote a really great review about Better Man, because I finished it, Jenks, and I was like, oh my God, there's a million things here I can talk about.
Yeah,
it's a perfect film.
I'll just say one thing about Better Man. It's on Amazon Prime, and it, even though it's a biop of his Robbie Williams' life, you don't have to like him, you don't have to like his music, but this is quite close to a horror film because it's really nasty in it. It's fucking grim. Anyway,
right, I'm going to say hello to a few people.
Yes.
I promise, guys, all horror talk from here on out, right? No more Happy Gilmore, no more Better Man.
Can we talk about the Who Be Halloween?
Did that come out in 1988?
Oh, fuck off. I hate that film. If it did, it wouldn't be on the list.
Jordan says, evening all, onwards my way home from train station, so just listening ATM. Thanks for jumping on, John. I always appreciate it, mate.
How's it going, dude?
We've got Wendy Palfrey. Evening, Kirsten Jenks. Welcome back, Curtis. Hope you all had a lovely holiday. I had a lovely holiday. Thank you, Wendy. Always nice to get home, though. I always love getting away, but that first day home is so special.
Yeah.
We've got Hugh Huckridge. Happy Sunday, horror fans. Let's get this party started. We will get a party started soon, Hugh. We've just gone on a bit of a tangent there.
That's the beauty of live shows, man. Come on, that's what people come here for.
We've got Palf. Hiya, Palf.
Hiya, Palf.
We've got Tyler Adams. What's happening, Tyler? We've got Sean Lewis, the goats. So are we the goats? Or are we the goats?
Or are we just normal goats? Yeah. It could well be
the greatest of all time, or like...
or we're the genuine goats. Probably the latter.
Or are we destined to just be in a field eating grass?
Yeah. Thanks for jumping on, Sean.
Thank you, mate. Sam Jones, what's happening, Sam? The boyos are back in town. I love it. It's not a Twisted Locker live if no one mentions boyos.
Yes.
Look at this. We've
got street trash.
Gory Tiger, what's up? What's
How's
happening, Gory? We've got Frankie D. Hiya, Frankie. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Frankie.
Tyler says his murder mystery movies are fun. Who Be Halloween could have been better, but I still appreciated it. I'm with you on that one, Tyler. I really like Who Be Halloween.
Look, I didn't mind Murder Mystery 1. I had to switch off part 2 though. Whew, that was painful.
I'm not huge on the second one. As far as Adam Sandler films goes, it's okay, but I'm not a big fan of that one. It's not one I've gone back too much.
Yeah.
John says Adam Sandler replaced by Nick Faldo. I'm sure Nick is hilarious. Look at this. The people don't mind, Jenks. They were talking about Happy Gilmore. They don't mind.
Nick Faldo looks a spit of Harrison Ford, so it works.
John says that, that guy is writer Robert Smigel. He's a famous writer from stuff like SNL and Simpsons. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Look at this. We've got Gina. Hi, Gina. Hope you're doing well. We've got Per Alperman. Sorry if I butchered that. From Norway.
How's it going?
That is amazing that you found us. I haven't seen you in the chat before, but welcome.
Yes. Love the name.
I hope you enjoy. Gina, don't forget to send a like button, some love, people, please. Awesome. Thank you, Gina. Frankie D says, UFF 88, one of the greatest years for horror. So many notable bangers. Some of my faves has to be Elm 4, The Blob, Child's Play, Hellraiser 2, Critters 2, Killer Clowns, They Live, the list goes on. Mate, you are spot on. And do you know what I've done today, right? I'm a big fan of the 80s and I collect VHS tapes. So I was going through my VHS collection and pulling out the ones that are on the list today.
Yeah.
And I had to bring them up, so I'll be showing those off. But it's a banger of a year.
What's UFF mean?
I have no idea.
Yes, it's not just me.
Don't call me out like that, Jenks, all right? I played that off quite cool then.
I thought you knew what it meant. I don't know. I thought I was being old again.
Per Appleman says, American Gothic 1988, Fatal Pulse and The Church. Yes, The Church. I love that film. Michele Soavi is one of my favourite Italian directors. I've never seen American Gothic or Fatal Pulse.
Church is Demons 3, isn't it?
Yes, it was written as Demons 3, yeah. Michele Soavi said that he wanted to make his movie a bit classy and wanted to distance himself away from demons. Come on, innit?
Demons 2 is classy. That little gremlin thing is top-notch class. It's like something you see on Schindler's List.
Did you have to mention the gremlin?
I love that film.
Right, Jenks, let's get started then.
Right.
Let's get into it.
Before we do the tier, we'll be really quick, I promise, because we have been waffling. Curtis has finally seen Bring Her Back. I saw it a few weeks ago. But, he saw it on Channel 5, I think, because it's been so old now. It's on regular TV now. He saw it in the cinema. He saw it on VHS.
BBC iPlayer.
The classic section.
So I have finally talked. I have finally seen Bring Her Back. And I've been banging on about this movie for a long time. Everyone knows that Talk to Me was my favourite horror movie of 2000. My favourite movie of 2023. And one of my favourite modern horror movies. So obviously this one's coming out. My anticipation was through the roof. And then America get it like a couple of months early. And I'm just waiting and waiting. Everyone has seen it. Everyone's reviewed it. Everyone's talking about it. I can see the good and the bad. The only upside of that is that I kind of tempered my expectations because there was such a long wait from when everyone had seen this film. Everyone had seen it. I kind of gauged where people were. And usually what happens is when everyone goes to see the film at the same time and your expectations are too high, you haven't got anyone to temper them and to tell you, look, it's not the film you think it might be, But it didn't affect this movie one bit for me. I thought this movie was phenomenal. I think it may even be better than Talk to Me. Now, what I said is that Talk to Me is a movie that I can go back and rewatch constantly. It's a very run-of-the-mill horror movie, just elevated with their direction, right? But it's something that we've seen loads of times, and it's quite accessible. Bring Her Back is a lot tougher to watch, but I think it's 10 times more impressive than Talk to Me.
Yeah.
I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. Sally Hawkins is incredible. The first scene she is in this movie, I was tensed, and I didn't stop tensing until the film finished. One of the best performances in horror I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I'd put her up there with Alyssa Sutherland in Evil Dead Rise as a modern horror villain.
Yeah.
Now, she's quite sympathetic, and you'll see that in the film towards the latter half. But that first half of the movie, oh my God, she is horrific. And because she's someone who's got 20 years of experience dealing with kids like them, she's able to, what's the word?
Manipulate.
She's able to get in their heads much easier, and she knows what to say and how to say it to split the two kids up.
Yeah.
She's just a master at manipulating these kids, and I don't want to say too much about this film because I think a lot of people in the chat may not have seen it, but I'm telling you guys, this is a really special movie. And I'll end on this one last note, Jenks.
Yeah.
I may get lynched for this one, right? And I'm talking about Danny Michael Philippou. I'm going to compare this, right? Go back to 1992, you've got Reservoir Dogs, and then Tarantino follows it up 2 years later with Pulp Fiction. To me, their run so far, like Tarantino's first two movies, Talk to Me and Bring Her Back, that level of excitement for new, fresh voices in horror, I'm comparing that to Tarantino's opening two movies.
Well, that is a bit of a stretch, but I will say this film is pretty spectacular. Like you said, it hasn't got much rewatch value.
Well, I didn't say it hasn't got rewatch value. It's just not a film I can go back and watch loads.
No, I'd probably watch it again, but I'm saying is it's not you wouldn't want to jump in it again. I remember Davy Deathray saying that he went back to the cinema to watch and he walked out. I mean, I wouldn't say I would walk out, but at the same time, I can see what he means. You feel very dirty after watching it. It's grimy in a good way. It's cruel in parts. But like you said, with Talk to Me, it's much more mainstream, much more sort of Conjuring level. Anyone can enjoy that. Not everyone will love this, but they'll be wrong.
Yes.
They'd be wrong.
100%.
Yeah. Let's move on.
I when I was walking to a cinema, I heard a woman say, "Oh, that wasn't even a horror film. Roll on The Conjuring." And I thought, oh my God, this is what's wrong with society. Yeah. What genre would you put this in if not horror, Jenks? No.
Imagine she said, roll on Babadook 2.
Yeah.
So you thought she wasn't classy, then she is classy. Yeah.
But I am happy to report this movie lived up to absolutely everything I wanted it to be. I thought it was phenomenal.
Good.
And Olive Wren, I think his name is. Ollie's his name in the film.
Which one's that?
The main kid, Ollie, in the
kid,
movie, who's I'm not going to say anything. I was going to say something then.
Yeah.
But he almost steals the limelight from Sally.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have many lines in it, but it's just his presence in the movie is horrific.
And what's crazy is Sally Hawkins. She's so versatile. She is horrifying this, and she's Paddington's adopted mother. Paddington Bear.
I seen a review on Letterboxd and it just said, "Can someone please check in on Paddington?"
That's brilliant. I love it. Anyway,
I know.
Let's move on.
I know.
Okay, we just want to say that because we've been banging on about this film, and I thought, it's worth mentioning. Anyway, so we've got a tier 90 best and worst of 1988. So again, I'm not very creative with these titles. So the lower tier is dog shit. Just a little twist on the old shit. The next one up is piss poor. Middle of the road is not bad, boyo. The next one then is that's a good year. And then the last one is top notch. So I don't expect you any of you to remember these, but that's what they are. So
poor.
So I didn't put, hang on, let me change the order of these because I don't want to start with that one. Give me a second. Have you seen Serpent and the Rainbow?
I haven't seen it in so long that I couldn't talk about it.
Okay, fair enough. I'll start with that. So I'm a huge fan of Serpent and the Rainbow. It's kind of a zombie movie, but not. It's the most traditional zombie movie with voodoo, or is it hoodoo is the evil one? And there's a guy sort of resurrecting people or possessing them.
Voodoo's not evil.
No, yeah, hoodoo is the evil version. Voodoo is the non-evil.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, apparently.
I thought all voodoo was bad voodoo.
I think I'm sure hoodoo is the evil element. Well, let us know in chat. Anyway.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm a big fan of this. Wes Craven made this. It's a strange film because it's not flat out horror. And it's not a flat out zombie movie. But if you got claustrophobia, it has one of the best buried alive scenes in Hollywood history. It is horrifying. And I love this movie. And I'm going to put this straight into That's a Good Year.
That's a good year.
Yeah.
You sounded so whimsical then.
Are you not going to put this anywhere because you can't remember it?
No.
I'm going to put it in with me because I'm in control of this.
Why not?
Right, Curtis, next one up, Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Yeah, so we rewatched this one recently. Well, I say recently. It feels like we've been doing this podcast for like 2 months, when in reality we reviewed this maybe like a year ago. And this was one of my favourite movies when I was a kid. I had it on VHS and then DVD. It is one that I went back to constantly. In fact, I preferred it over the first one when I was younger. I know I was clueless. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was talking about. But I loved this one because it had a much lighter tone. It was a lot funnier. It's a lot quirkier. Somehow it's sillier than the first one because the first one doesn't take itself too seriously. But on rewatch, unfortunately, this one didn't hold nearly as much flair as I wanted it to. There's some great scenes in it. The zombies look great. I mean, it's well made. I love the bully in it. He always scared me. It's just a bit silly that they brought Frank and what's his name? Billy?
Freddie.
It's a bit silly that they brought them back and they're not playing the same characters. It's almost like a remake of the first one, but I'm sure the events of the first one still happen because they mention it in this one.
Yeah.
So it is a part 2, but they bring them back and they've got a similar type of job. But instead of working with dead bodies, they're kind of stealing stuff from dead bodies.
Grave diggers.
Grave diggers.
Grave robbers.
Grave robbers. But yeah, I used to love this one, but it's just a bit too silly. It's too similar to the first one to completely be its own film. And unfortunately, the first one is such a masterpiece. This one is obviously not gonna be as good as that one.
Sure.
It needed to distance itself away from the first one a bit more than it did.
Where are you putting it?
I'm gonna put it in. Jenks, I want to put it in not bad because I got so much nostalgia for this movie. But the last watch, I'd probably say piss poor. I didn't get much enjoyment out of it. But let's say, right, for nostalgic purposes, I would have put it in not bad. But I can't put it higher than piss poor.
Right. When this came out, I was proper excited. This, for me, it was like, do you know, like a kid excited of a new Spider-Man movie coming out or something. When I saw the trailer for this on TV, I was like, oh my God, Return of the Dead Part 2. I think I might have heard whispers it was coming out. And to see it looked like a Goonies E.T. vibe, because I loved Monster Squad, loved Goonies. I just thought, oh my God, they've mashed my two favorite kind of sub-genres together, zombies and Goonies, right?
Yeah.
And there's a guy and a kid on a BMX. I thought, oh my God, this is top notch. And when I watched it, like you, I loved it. I found the jokes funny. I used to repeat that line, get that damn screwdriver out of my head. I used to do it in school. And this was the only horror film that other kids had seen in school.
Yeah.
I was usually talking about Freddy and fucking demons. Nobody's seen demons in school.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I loved the cover. I know it was a rip-off of, what's it called? Fright Night. But yeah, but it did bug me even as a kid of like the continuity of like, hang on, it is a sequel because the soldier says not again, but it's got the same two actors. They even make a little joke. It's a very meta joke about, I feel like we've been here before. It's
deja vu, innit?
Deja vu. Yeah. So I don't think it's piss poor, but I am a sucker for continuity, and I didn't like the fact you could just electrocute them and kill them. And also I didn't like the fact they were slow moving. The whole point of the first one, you couldn't kill them and you were fast. And I just thought, why are you taking these things away? That's some of the best parts of the first one.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm gonna stick it in. I don't know. I wish there was an in between.
Hey, if you're going for not bad boy, I am, because I like this film more than you.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so next up, we've got Hellraiser 2. I love this movie, okay? I think it's a really strong sequel. It's not as iconic as the first one. It's probably not as good as the first one. There's some problems, but with Hellraiser went worse and worse and worse to the point of no return. And this film feels like a proper, a follow-up. It shows hell so brilliantly. One of the best dictations of hell I've ever seen. Like all this
The
like
sprawling
horrible
landscapes,
the maze, and you just feel like it is hell. And I just love it. I love Pinhead. They don't overuse him. I love seeing a bit of his origin with the soldier guy. I can't remember his name, whatever Pinhead was meant to be. I love all that. It hasn't got a really good linear story.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why it's hard to pinpoint why I love it. It's a little bit of a mess because the first one's got a very linear story. It's really straightforward. But I just want to spend more time with these characters, and this does it really well. I didn't like the only big gripe I had was the doctor guy who becomes like that evil thing with a thing on his head, and he becomes more powerful than the other Cenobites. And Cenobites, it's like,
hang on, mate, you've only been a Cenobite for 5 minutes.
I know it's stupid. He should be shit. But I really like this film. I'm going to stick it in. That's a good year.
Yes. I agree with you, Jenks. I'd put her in the same spot. If you look at the later movies in this franchise, it makes this movie 10 times better because of how bad they went. And this is the one that really captured my imagination when I was younger, because I was always curious when I was watching the first one about their world, where they come from. Whenever they show up, you get glimpses of their world, the corridors, the blue lights. And I always wanted to see more of that. And that's exactly what they did in this one. They take you to where the Cenobites are from, and you kind of spend the whole movie in hell, where the Cenobites come from.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right, it doesn't really have a story. It doesn't feel linear. But it's a solid film. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Again, even though you're in their world, they don't show too much of Pinhead. And that's the best they can do with him, because we've seen in later films where Pinhead becomes bigger than the movies themselves. They think, well, people want more Pinhead. Same thing happened to Freddy. They start using them too much, and it kind of takes away the curtain of scariness. And this uses it just the perfect amount. But yeah, that's a good year.
Yeah,
Easily.
I think, and he also as well, Pinhead was still following the rules of Pinhead. He wasn't just killing people relentlessly, like he did in the third one.
Yeah.
I found, yeah, I think this was the last great one. I do feel like rewatching the remake, because I don't remember loving it, but I don't remember hating it, and I might have been a little bit sort of precious over the first one to truly enjoy it. I think we should revisit it, Kurt.
What, Hellraiser 2?
No, the remake.
Oh, the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only watched it once, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't something that I was screaming about. Kind of forgot about it, but yeah, it's definitely worth a rewatch. I'm gonna read a few comments, Jenks.
I gotta just say one thing about Hellraiser is that we are never gonna do a tier of Hellraiser, because I refuse to watch like 8 of the worst films ever made.
Yeah, I've only seen 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the remake, I think.
Yeah, there's too many bad ones.
yeah.
I could handle 2 or 3 maybe, and there's like loads of good ones. There's too many bad ones.
Yeah. Look at this. It's an exclamation, guys, like lol. Oof. Right, I've got you.
You're just not down with the kids.
The problem is that there's so many like iterations of different chords. Every time I see a couple of letters, I always assume that it's one of those.
Yeah.
We've got Mutant 1984 and Death Ship 1988, 2 other nice horror movies worth a check. Yes, I've seen both. Both cracking.
I haven't seen Death Ship, but I have seen Mutant. It's like that zombie alien thing, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Sorry, years ago.
Gina says Serpent and the Rainbow is strange, as is voodoo. Hoodoo is a protective thing according to the TV series of Superman, and what I remember. Right.
Okay.
I've never even heard of voodoo.
Hoodoo.
Oh, actually, Labyrinth. Voodoo, hoodoo. That's what Jareth says in Labyrinth.
Yeah, and they say it in the Prodigy song. Voodoo people, magic
voodoo people.
And a hoodoo.
Dead Cam 1988, cracking film. Nicole Kidman and what's his name? Played Phantom.
Its name is Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
Have you seen Dead Cam, Kurt?
Yes, of course I have. I just named the actors in it.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. I've seen loads of films. I fucking know the actors. I'm gonna add it because I forgot about that film, because it just didn't come up on horror because it's more of a thriller.
Yeah,
but I think we should add it.
Add it. And Woman in Black, 1988-89, both very nice movies. Woman in Black is, like I've said many times in this podcast, tortured me as a kid.
What? Did that come out 88?
I'm not sure. I thought it was 90s.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway.
Right. You do the next one while I get this image up.
Yeah, let me just read a few comments.
Yeah, crack on.
Gina says, love Return Part 2, but it's not like the first. It's mid for me. That's fair enough, Gina. It's not an awful film. I just don't think it's anywhere near the first one. Beetlejuice and Scrooge, lol. I love those movies, but horror. How about Fright Night 2 and Brain Damage, which I don't see in the list. This is Jenks we're talking about here now. He loves adding non-horror movies to horror ranking lists. I love Brain Damage. Frank Henlotter done Frankenhooker. Brain Damage is a great film. I think it's called Elmer. That blue thing he get. What's it called? A tumor, man. He's got like a tumor in his head. Nothing But Trouble. Have you seen that one, Jenks? Nothing But Trouble.
Yes, I didn't think. Was that 88?
Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd.
Was that 88?
That's
And Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. Tupac.
Was it? Was that 88? No way.
I've
I
no
thought it was
idea.
90. Listen, I've just checked Dead Calm, and it's 89.
Oh, 89. Right, okay. Nothing But Trouble is massively underrated. That film came out, tanked, and left. Look at this. Tyler says, "Oh man, Nothing But Trouble is an absolute gem. I always say it's like an extended Tale from the Crypt episode."
It came out 91.
Yeah.
I knew.
91.
Yeah, way off.
Yeah. I thought I was going crazy. We missed out. Seemed like we missed out so many films. There we are. Right. We'll do the next one.
Okay.
Jenks, do we have to do Scrooged?
Yes. It's got ghosts in it. It's got Bill Murray. It's got a Grim Reaper. It's going in. Okay. It's the best and worst. I love this movie, right? It is one of my favorite Christmas movies. It gets the horror right at the end with the Grim Reaper. And look, you got Bill Murray. He's a fucking legend. And it is. Have you seen this, Curtis? You must have.
Multiple times.
Yeah. And look, and I think when he opens the Grim Reaper's dressing gown, whatever it's called, that's a really good horror sort of effect where you see kind of hell and all the souls he's got. I love this movie. I'm going to put this in. That's a good year.
I'd agree with you, Jenks. I'd say that's a good year. I haven't got much to say about the film. I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah, it's a decent Christmas movie.
I saw it last Christmas. And my kids wouldn't watch you. Me, I was gutted. I always try to coax him to watch his own films.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't be bothered. I don't want to watch him on your own then. Right. Next up, we've got Child's Play. Do you want to kick us off, Kurt?
Yeah, so I know you're not a big fan of this franchise, but whatever you think about this franchise, and I'd agree with you, a lot of the sequels went a bit too far with the comedy, but I genuinely think that Child's Play 1, even though it's about a killer doll, is as classy as they come. Tom Holland, obviously a great director. He done Fright Night and Psycho 2, two great horror movies. But I think Child's Play is a masterclass in horror. I think Chucky is a great villain until he becomes a bit too silly. I think it's just the perfect amount in this one. And apart from how silly the franchise is, this one is by far on top. I think it's an absolute cracking film. Brad Dourif as well. What a voice.
Yeah.
Somehow he pulls it off in the first movie.
So where are you going to put Child's Play?
Top of the pack, Jenks.
Top notch.
Film. Top notch.
Yeah, I've said it before. I'm not a big fan of Chucky. I don't hate this movie. It is the best one. And yeah, I just have a problem with the fucking small dolls and stuff that have no powers. So I don't hate it. So it's gonna go in. Not bad, boyo.
I'll take her. That's not bad.
Next up, well, you have to kick us off because I haven't seen this. Slugs.
Yeah, look at this, right? I'll kick this one off. Like I said, I got some VHS tapes here. Look at this beauty now, right? You don't get more 80s than this. We got Slugs on Big Box X Rental. Look at that.
That's awesome.
I love this movie. It's one I've been watching since I was young. This is one I've rebought, right? But I had one very similar to this when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it. It's a B movie, right? But it is based on a novel, Jenks, so that does make it a little bit classier than a B movie.
A novel,
right? It's based on a novel, and there's sequels as well. Sequels to the novels, but not the film.
Isn't it?
But
isn't it wild? This. Sorry, isn't it wild when you've got like the Meg is based on a novel, and you're thinking you never imagine those films have books.
I can't imagine scenes in the Meg like reading them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It seems like a blockbuster movie, not a book.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love this film, and the reason I love it is because I hate slugs. Now, the reason I love horror movies is because they make me feel uncomfortable, yeah? Like, I get scared watching horror films. Now, not all of them, right? Mainly ghost horror movies, right? But I started watching horror movies when I was young because they made me feel uncomfortable, and I enjoyed watching films that made me scared. And you see like these Bush Tucker trials in I'm a Celebrity, and there's always spiders and snakes and stuff. Yeah. I would take being in a room with 1,000 pythons than being in a room full of slugs, right? I would rather risk my life than just have slugs touching me. I couldn't think of anything worse, right? So this film is perfect for me. And for some reason, I keep on going back to it and watching it. And every time I watch it, I squirm. But it's classed as a B movie, but I think it's a little bit classier than that. The effects in it are amazing. It's basically the town have been chucking sludge down the sewers for ages. The slugs have become basically the toxic avenger, and they're coming up from the sewers out of people's sinks, and they've started killing people. It's as B movie as it gets. But if you haven't seen this one, guys, it's got some of the best effects you'll see. It came out in 1988, obviously. I'm gonna put this one top of the pile, Jenks. Love it.
Top of
Top of the pile, boy.
I gotta say, the 80s.
Huge fan of this film.
The 80s had the best toxic waste ever, didn't they?
Yeah.
It didn't give you cancer. It either made you a monster or a superhero. There was no in between.
Yeah. Or it gives slug teeth.
Yeah.
But there's a great sequence in this movie where there's a guy in his greenhouse and a slug gets into his glove. And for some reason, the slug is biting him. He can't get his glove off for some reason, so he decides to chop his whole hand off with an axe.
Oh, you know what? We did this on one of our videos, didn't we?
Yeah, I did it for disgusting.
Yes, I edited that one, and I had to find that clip. And it's it's a brilliant clip. Yeah,
it's horrific. It's got some really good effects in it. The bit where one of the guys has got parasites inside him. He's out for food with his wife, I think, and his nose starts to bleed, and you can see all parasites in his drink, and his head explodes. It's horrific. It's horrible.
So you're not scared. You're not scared of spiders. You're mainly scared of slugs.
I have no fear of spiders whatsoever. I pick them up happily. I can watch spider films. It doesn't affect me one bit. But slugs, Jenks, I'm
what about
horrified. A snail? No, I'm fine with snails. I'm fine with snails. They don't look as gooey, and they're mainly covered with a shell.
So is it like wasps are the bad guys and bees are the good guys? So like snails are the good guys and slugs are...
Oh, yeah. Spot on.
Yes.
I couldn't have thought of it better myself.
Yes.
But you know... When I was younger, right, I was running barefoot, no socks or shoes on, and I turned the corner into my drive, and as I was turning into the drive, I slipped on a slug, slid across the floor, obviously, and fell. But when I got up, all the gunk and goo was like spread across my whole foot, like I had crushed it. Oh my God, you know, I think about that, Jenks, it kills me.
I thought you were going to say you slid into a nest of slugs, and then you got toxic waste, and you became slug man.
I hate them. I absolutely hate them.
Okay, well, we know what to throw at you now when you're pissing me off.
I never piss you off.
I live with like the fear. Spider fear is much worse because there's spiders everywhere. You don't, you can live your whole life, right, in your house without the slug getting in. But spiders, no chance.
Oh, no. And my last place, the slugs would always get in somehow. And they were always gone in the morning, but they'd leave a trail over my bag by the back door of my shoes, But they were always gone in the morning. Bastards.
Right. Where I was talking about slugs. I haven't seen this, so I won't rate it. Right, I'll kick this next one. Nightmare on Elm Street 4. I got to say, we're doing this channel so long now that we feel like we should repeat in the same films over and over again.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street 4. We watched this last year to do a review.
We've ranked it 10 times.
We've ranked it 10 times. It was up on our part 4s the other week.
And we're ranking Freddy's makeup last week.
Freddy's makeup, yeah. So we'll keep it brief.
And the video we done ranking Freddy's jackets.
Yeah, Freddy's pants, Freddy's shoes. What size shoes is Freddy in different films?
Ranking Freddy's gums.
So Freddy, we haven't even done his kills yet. We haven't even ranked his kills yet. That's in the back pocket.
All his one-liners.
So Freddy 4 is a strong sequel. It isn't as good as number 1. It's not as good as number 3. It's damn sight better than number 5 and number 6 and all the rest. Yeah. It's a decent sequel. Yeah, it's a bit goofy in parts, but I loved this as a kid. I proper loved it. It was my favorite, like you with Return of the Dead 2. I had it on VHS for my birthday. I was so excited. I remember telling my father, like repeating lines from it. And I said to him, "Oh, so cool! He kills a guy in a waterbed and goes, 'How's this for a wet dream?'" I didn't know what a wet dream was. To my father, and father goes, "Oh, sounds good, boy."
For a long time, I thought a wet dream was pissing yourself while you slept.
Yeah, I know. Just didn't know. So anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about Freddy. We think we've milked it. So I'm going to say,
I thought you were going to say then, I'm not going to talk too much about wet dreams.
yeah, I don't mind talking about Freddy without wet dreams. I would say I'm going to put this in a good year. It's a good film.
Yes, I agree, Jenks. I'm going to put in a good year. Like I've said before, it's the last really good Freddy movie. Apart from I really like New Nightmare, but that doesn't kind of fit into the main storyline. But I really like this film. Like I said, it's just about the time where Freddy starts to get a bit goofy. They start to show him a bit too much. And there's a few scenes in it that are just a bit too colourful, a bit too silly. But the majority of this film is great. I'm quite a big fan of this one. Yeah. Alice as well. We get introduced to Alice. She's one of my favourite final girls in horror. I think she's fantastic. And Jenks, it's got one of the best finales. Where she destroys Freddy and he's being pulled up against the wall by all shit coming out of him. It's all the souls in it.
Yeah.
All the souls he's got in him, they're all escaping. Some of the best practical effects you'll ever see. Yeah. This is a top tier Freddy movie. Again, it's one I didn't love that much when I was a kid. I always stuck to 1 and 3, and I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed this one as an adult.
I tell you what it does really well is when she's in the house. It's become like the haunted house. It's Nancy's old house, I think. It's still, but the inside is not always the same layout as Nancy's house. But that is, the set design is amazing, and the boiler house, the boiler room. It is so creepy. And I think after 4 it goes down in the shitter. Right, next up we have got the Blob. We watched this the other day.
Yes,
when I came up to see you together. Very strange to watch a film together these days. And the Blob, you want to kick us off, Kurt?
The Blob, like I've said many times on this podcast, is one of my favourite horror movies. It's great to watch alongside The Thing and The Fly. And I feel like I'm just repeating myself because we talk about this movie so much. Everyone knows this movie's fantastic. It's got some of the best practical effects ever. I think it's Chuck Russell who's the director. He done Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Look, he's not doing the practical effects, but he clearly knows who to hire and who he wants to do his practical effects, because every time he's done a film like this, the practical effects have been through the roof. And I still, every time I watch this, I do not know how they pulled off some of the effects. More particularly when someone's engulfed in the blob. Yeah. Now, there's loads of effects where like arms have been melted and legs have come off and stuff. But when someone's engulfed in the blob, one of the first people to die in the hospital when the blob takes over him and pulls him back. Oh my God, it's so impressive. And we've seen this film countless of times, Jenks, but when we watched it together, it was the same reaction, wasn't it? It was like, oh my God, this film is crazy. My only problem with this movie, I'd say that lets it down a little bit, is that it does drag a little bit towards the end. Now, the first half of the movie, because you've got set pieces and set kills, once the blob becomes bigger and it starts taking over cinemas and it becomes a bit more of an action movie, it does lose the horror elements a little bit. It doesn't take away from the film too much, but I do prefer the first half of this film.
So where are you going to put that?
I put it in top notch, Jenks.
Yes, I did enjoy it the other night. I hadn't seen it for a long time, probably 30 years. It's always 30 years to me. I did like it. Like you said, it was a bit of a drag towards the end. I'm not as precious on it as you. I respect the special effects, but I'm going to stick this in Not Bad Boyo.
Yes.
Next
Not Bad Boyo.
Yeah, Not Bad Boyo.
That's low, that is, boy. That's
no,
low.
son, that's good.
That's a new low for you.
Yeah, actually, we got no piss poor or dog shits. Do you know what? That's bad.
Well, to be honest, I'm such a big fan of the 80s. I don't think none of these are going to be in piss poor and dog shit.
I also as well.
No, one of them will. One of them will be. I just seen it. I just clocked it.
Right. So next up, we've got Waxwork. Now I always mix this up with what's the other wax one?
Well, House of Wax.
House of Wax. I'm more familiar with this one. This is a really weird film. And there's the sequel's even more weird. I think it's what's it called? Something Time.
Yeah.
Lost in
The one with
Time.
Bruce Campbell in there. Lost in Time.
Lost in Time. To be honest, I put this on because I thought I can't remember what it's about.
I'm a really big fan of this movie. This is one.
Remind me of the plot.
So,
It's the guy from Fright Night, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. No, you're getting them mixed up. It's the guy from Gremlins, not Fright Night.
No. I mean, I know the guy from Gremlins, Zach something his name is. No, isn't it?
Zach.
Isn't the old guy in the guy? What's his name? Vincent. What's his name? The guy who plays the vampire hunter in Fright Night. Isn't he in it?
No.
It's an old guy similar to him in it.
Yeah, no, it's British actor. I can't remember his name.
Is he the guy from The Burbs? Or am I mixing up again?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't
Either
know.
way, it's not him. I can't think of his name now. But a mysterious waxwork shows out of nowhere in town, and a group of friends find it and decide to go to the waxwork. And they're kind of left unattended. You've got all these set pieces in there, obviously full wax busts. But you've got the full set in, so you've got Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, Creature from Black Lagoon.
That's it, yes.
All the classic monsters, right? But when they step into the exhibit, they become a part of the exhibit and they're fully engulfed into this world. So basically, the wax exhibits come to life when they go inside there. One of them becomes, one of them goes into the Wolfman one, and you've got this full scene where a guy's hunting Wolfman, and you've got Dracula. I'm a huge fan of this film because it is horror overload. And watching this one when I was a kid and being a fan of all these monsters, seeing them all in one movie was like Avengers. Now, this was like my Avengers movie. And I used to watch this when I was a kid because it had so many of these monsters in there. And I've got the VHS as well, Jenks. I'm going to get me up on the big screen. I'll show you the VHS. Look at this. Oh, no, it's street trash. Oh, I don't have waxwork, guys, but I do have street trash on VHS. Sorry about that. My bad.
Yeah.
I got a bit mixed up there, Jenks. I don't have waxwork on VHS.
Disgusting. Nobody needs to see that on the big screen. You know, this film's coming back to me now. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the sequel as well, but the sequel is completely different.
Yeah. Well, kind of similar because it's about going into like these worlds, I think. I don't have much memory of the second one, if I'm honest, Jenks.
I have more memory of the second one because I thought the second one was going to be like a connection to Army of Darkness. It was before Army of Darkness, and it was set in the medieval, and Bruce Campbell was in there. I thought, oh, is it going to like connect the two films?
Yeah.
But he's not. He's just tied up. He's on in chains like a prisoner, isn't he, in a dungeon or something?
Yeah. That's it. And I think his stomach's open.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I feel guilty about reviewing this because I can't remember enough. I have seen it. I might have seen it a couple of times, but for some reason it's not ringing in my head.
Yeah. That's a great poster as well. I love that poster.
Where are you going to stick it?
I'm going to put it in. That's a good year. Do you know what's weird about that poster, right, Jenks? They have got all the classic monsters in the movie, right? Yeah. You think they'd want to show them off. They go, right, in this film, we've got all your favourite monsters. Wolfman, Dracula, all of them, right? But for some reason, they've just got a mishmash of creepy faces in a doorway that look like wax faces, but they don't resemble any characters. It's a bit weird that you wouldn't want to show off all the characters you've got in this movie. You'd think they'd be in the doorway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's David Warner is the guy.
David Warner, man.
He's the guy from Titanic. And
loads of stuff. Yeah, he's an English legend. But yeah, I love this film. It's great.
Do you want to read some comments before we move on?
Yeah, let me have a look where I am. Guys, you're blowing up the chat tonight. I've lost myself. Right, let's have a look. John said Child's Play 1 is where it peaked for me. When I was a kid, John, all of them peaked for me. As an adult, 1 and 2, and that's about as far as I like to go. 3's not the worst film, don't care for it. Bride of Chucky's enjoyable, but the rest are just dog shit. Pooh, I got my girlfriend to spend £100 on me for Christmas to get the 4K box set. And then I made her watch them all. Bless her. Tyler Adams, Tom Holland, the worst Spider-Man. I agree. He's not a terrible Spider-Man, but he's my least favourite Spider-Man.
It is weird when you hear the name Tom Holland and just cannot think of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Wendy says, I agree with you, Curtis. Childs plays the best out of all the Chucky movies. Easily. I don't mind the remake either, to be honest. Dolly Dearest from 1990-91 is also nice. Yeah, I've good memories of that one. I haven't seen it in years, but she's got a terrifying face. Like Chucky, before he turns, you go, oh, a kid would want to play with him. Dolly Dearest, you're like, no kid in their right mind wouldn't want to play with that.
Yeah.
Gina says, I couldn't stand Child's Play. My mum used to buy me dolls and I just used to hide them. I'd have annihilated Chucky. It's the piss rating for me. That's fair enough, Gina. I know I say not a lot of people are a fan of this franchise. I think a lot of people are. It's one of the biggest franchises out there, but I think a lot of people, it's just, they feel like they need to like Chucky.
I think the people who love it suspend disbelief and don't care that he's weak and easy to kill. They just love him anyway.
Yeah. John says, not seen Slugs, but love the director's other famous one, Pieces. Pieces is an absolute banger. I've spoken about that one quite a bit. John, I would highly recommend Slugs, pal. It is pure B-movie goodness. What the Slugs? So have you seen it and you're shocked by my rating of it? Let me know.
Would you eat snails then in France?
No. Jenks, I won't eat most acceptable foods.
Then I gotta say, I've eaten snails. They're not very nice. I wouldn't recommend it.
Gina says, Slugs is funny, read the book, that's scary. I've been meaning to read the book. I want to read the book. John says, the Slugs have become Pedro Pascal every bloody where.
Somebody, I was watching a podcast the other day, and they were on about like how overexposed Pedro Pascal is, and someone wrote, they're remaking B and John Malkovich starring Pedro Pascal. I thought that was so funny.
That is cracking. I'm a bit done with Pedro Pascal, to be honest.
I've actually watched Fantastic Four, and it's really fucking good. And I thought it was going to be shit, and he's really good in it. It really annoyed me.
Don, we've got Don. Hiya, Don. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hope you're having a great weekend. Fashionably late as usual.
Yeah, that's fine.
Frank D says, I love 80s toxic waste. I could drink a pint of that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's not going to be any bad repercussions for drinking a pint of 80s toxic waste.
And also, don't forget 80s lightning. That lightning was amazing. Yeah. If you mix toxic waste and lightning, you're talking. And random chemicals.
Davies says, The Blob is the most impressive horror of 1988. It is up there, Davey. I got to agree with you, pal. It's an absolute cracking film.
Yeah.
I'm sure most people would agree with you. I haven't seen this one, The Cellar. I've seen Cellar Dweller, but The Cellar isn't ringing a bell.
I've read the book, The Cellar. I don't know if it's the same one.
Yeah,
that's coming up.
is on the list. John says The Blob is a 10 or a 10 for Kevin Dillon's hair alone. No one needs hair that big. Come on.
He's discount Matt Dillon's knee, poor bastard.
Yeah, David Warner, that's it. Nice one, Frankie. Dawn says House of Wax loved it, especially because Jared Padalecki, aka Sam, who plays a character and he's out of Supernatural, is probably why I watched it. Yeah, people do love Jared Padalecki, don't they? It's that Supernatural buzz.
Yeah.
And let me say hello to Eli quickly because Eli's in the chat now.
How's it going, dude?
Eli Cortez, what's up, Jenks and Curtis? What's happening, pal? Right.
Are we ready?
Let's go on with let's get the next one.
Okay.
And one more hello because we've got Ice who's just jumped in.
How's it going, dude?
Hello. It's probably rubbish now, but I love Waxworks. I can confirm, Ice, it is not rubbish. I watched it recently.
So this next one, Poltergeist 3. I know you haven't seen it, Kurt. It's too. We try to do films we've seen, both of us, but there's just so many belters that some of us haven't seen, some of us have. I would include Poltergeist 3. I like this movie. It's the weakest of the three. It's not a 4, is it? No, there's no 4.
No, there's only
It's
3.
it's the typical trajectory of a horror franchise. Skyscraper in part 2 or 3. It's always the same way. And it's a strange film because in the plot is that the family have kind of like put there with the auntie and uncle who live in like New York or somewhere, and they're living on this really high rise sort of penthouse suite or something, or in a fancy apartment building.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would have offloaded the daughter, because the whole premise of part 1 and 2 is
Can I just check? Are the parents actually in the film?
no, just a girl, just a girl.
Yeah, they couldn't afford them anymore, probably.
Probably. Well, maybe the father, but I have never seen the mother in anything. Have you? Like Craig T. Nelson
No.
is quite famous.
Yeah, he's in loads of stuff. No, I haven't actually, Jenks. Unless she has changed drastically.
Maybe they wanted more money, or maybe they thought, how are we? Well, I suppose they could have moved him in with like they could have moved the family into a high rise if they were just desperate for a high rise plot.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's so she's been offloaded with an auntie and uncle, I think they are, and the same shit happens. But this is the theme of this is mirrors. Whatever she's seeing, it's like the haunt is a bit like mirrors with what's his name?
Keith Sutherland.
It's quite creepy in parts, but it feels cheaper. You've still got the little woman, and I've drawn a blank of her name now. She's in it. The guy who played Kane in the second one is in it, but the character Kane is in it, but the guy's dead. So they've replaced him with a guy who looks nothing like him.
I've seen photos of him, and it is ridiculous.
Yes, he's not skinny enough. He's just like a guy with the same outfit on. It's a bit silly. Yeah, just a young guy, handsome guy with a 6-pack. I think they got Brad Pitt to play Kane. But it's very sad that she died shortly after this.
She looked ill in this movie, didn't she?
Yeah, she was on steroids. Her face was quite chubby. Bless her. But yeah, it's not a bad film, and I'm surprised you haven't watched it, Kurt, because it's a bit more up your street.
I don't know why I haven't watched it, Jenks. I've seen 1 and 2 a fair amount of times. I've seen the first one much more, obviously.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I rewatched 1 and 2 a few months back, because I was showing them to my girlfriend, and the second one kind of takes the steam away from them, because the first half of the second one is phenomenal. The second half, it kind of drags, and by the time I finish the second one, I think overall it's a decent film. There's some great stuff in there. Yeah. But the second half of that movie just gets a bit too silly, and I think by the time it finishes, I'm a bit done with Poltergeist, and I never end up watching the third one.
Yeah, when they're in the other side and they're floating around.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I do like the fact that they made a sequel very different. I know they changed some of the lore of the first one, but if you forgive that, they really did something different. And I don't think she was psychic in the first one. I could be wrong. I'm sure they just added that element for the second one.
I think she was. I don't think she had like superpowers, but she classes herself as like a psychic, innit?
I can't remember, but she was proper psychic in the second one. She could predict things. I don't know. I haven't seen the first one for ages, but yeah, it's a decent movie. It's not brilliant, so it's gonna go in not bad, boyo. Maybe if I haven't seen it for 30 years, so maybe I watched it again. I stick it in dog shit.
Yeah, I know, because you do this a lot. And fair enough. That's your memory of the film. If the last time you watched the film was 30 years ago and you loved it, that's going to be a memory. But too often, Jenks, you hype a movie up to me because you watched it 30 years ago. Tell me how good it is. I just want to add Hellraiser 4. I watched it and you hyped it up to me, and then you went, "Oh, I haven't even seen it in 40 years." And it's shit.
No, in all fairness, if you go back on our live, it's all there. I said it's the last normal Hellraiser. It's got some good things, but it isn't. I don't remember saying I loved it by any means.
You sold me in the plot, to be honest. The way it goes back.
Look, the thing is with this, I might not have seen it for 30 years or 25 years, but I had seen it a few times. That's why it's fresh in my memory. Some films I've seen 30 years ago and I saw it once and it's gone. But this had an impact. But when you're 46, Kurt, 30 years is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Anyone in the chat around my age will understand. When you're a youngster like you, 30 years is you were one.
Oh my God, I'm 32 in September.
You still had the moustache, show apparently. Yeah,
Yeah.
born with it. It's a birthmark. You had a horrible time in school.
I did buy fags for all the kids though, so it was always that.
Yeah, but you're saying fags now, buying fags. The American viewers be like, what?
Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot that's a
So,
British thing.
Yeah,
So,
cigarettes.
over here we call cigarettes fags.
I know a lot of Americans probably know this because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny.
They watch British movies, innit?
Yeah, but some might not. They'd be like, what the fuck is he on about?
Yeah. I
Anyway,
used to buy fags for all the boys.
hey,
What a sentence to
right.
say.
We're going to get demonetized now if we keep saying it. Okay? Because we got demonetized from my video last week and I did nothing. I said nothing at all derogatory.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So, I haven't seen this, so you can kick this off. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
You've never seen Killer Clowns from Outer
Never
Space?
seen it, never fancied it. Looks shit, probably is shit. I'm gonna go for a fag.
You're mental. There's another VHS tape there.
Hang on. Is it street trash again for me?
No, I promise it's not. It's
Yeah.
no. Again, this is when I had on VHS when I was a kid. I lost most of my VHS tapes in a move. We left them behind for some reason. But my lovely girlfriend bought this for me a few months back, and I love this
in a hurricane
movie.
and it's something cool.
In a hurricane.
Lost him in a hurricane.
No. We just moved out, and I think my mother left the VHS tapes behind. At the time, though, I didn't realize how much I would want to keep them because I'd already started collecting DVDs by the time we'd moved. So I didn't care as much then. But I had, do you know those drawers that go under your bed?
Yeah.
I had 2 drawers full. And they were all laid out like that. 2 drawers full of VHS tapes.
They're meant to be for shoes, Curtis. Come on.
I know. But do you know the VHS tapes came flush with the top perfectly? And when I used to open up those drawers, and especially when I had friends round in it, when you're young and you get friends round to watch a horror film, I was the talk of the town, Jenks. Everyone wanted to come over my house.
I sold all my VHS, and I used to have hundreds for 30 pence to Blockbuster.
That's mad, isn't it?
I know. When you could sell them for 60 pence for cash or 30 pence. No, 30 pence. Sorry, 30 pence for cash, 60 pence for store credit. And I just thought nobody is going to want to keep these VHS. They're going to be obsolete. They're going to be, if you don't sell them, basically, you might as well you're going to have to chuck them in the bin. And who would have thought they would have gained value over the years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I think I paid like 25 quid for Slugs. The most expensive VHS tape I bought is Evil Dead 2, X-Rental, Palace Video, Gold Rim, Evil Dead 2 VHS tape, right? I paid 50 quid for it.
Yeah, that's basically what it used to cost back in the day.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I dug for them for a long time. And as soon as I found it, I jumped on it. But they're expensive. But I love collecting, Jenks, and I'm unfortunately back on that VHS trend now, where I'm constantly looking for VHS tapes. But we're talking about Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and the reason you need to watch this one, Jenks, now it may not be up your street, but it is exactly what it says on the cover, right? They are literal killer clowns from outer space, and it's as silly as it gets, but it knows exactly what it is. It doesn't try to be a scary horror movie. It doesn't try to be too violent. I've been showing this one to my daughter since she was about 6, so it's very, what's the word, tame. It's extremely tame. It's a 15. It is not a 15, right? This movie is a PG. The worst scene I can think of is seeing the dead bodies in... I'm going to say something, all right, Jenks. It's going to put you right off the movie, right? Dead bodies in candy floss cocoons. They've got pie guns. They've got candy floss guns. But I will say the special effects, like this, not the special effects, the practical effects and the suits of the clowns are fantastic. They look great. They actually look scary in parts. But this film knows exactly what it is. It's just stupid, silly fun. A bit of a cult classic as well now. It's had a video game adaptation a couple of years ago.
I'm suspicious of how much of a cult film it is, seeing as they've never reduced it to 12A. That sounds like it's just been lost. Like, can he be asked to fight and get a 12A?
It's very much in pop culture. You go to any horror con or any horror store, they're always selling Killer Clowns from Outer Space merch, bags, toys, figures. It's been turned into a video game. Apparently, I've heard that Ryan Gosling has bought the rights to Killer Clowns from Outer Space and he's producing a new movie. Ryan Gosling, Jenks, big Hollywood star. But yes, it's come back round. A lot of people have seen this movie now. And I love it. It's one I've been going back to since I was a kid. And I remember, I loved this movie so much. And our Uncle Byron was really good at editing. And I remember when I was really young, he had made me a birthday card. And he had edited my face on the front cover. And it said, Killer Curtis from Outer Space. Curtis with a K.
Must have fucking loved that.
I did. I absolutely loved it, but I've still got the card somewhere. I kept it. It's up my mother's attic somewhere. But I was obsessed with this movie to the point where, I had a birthday card that Byron handmade for me, and I'm sure he edited. There's a woman and a man at the bottom, and he edited my father and my brother's faces on them as well.
And the thing is, it's quite sad now because it's great because it's so easy to do those things. But back then, it was
like, hard. Yeah,
it was like magic, wasn't it? It was like,
you're going back over 20 years ago.
Yeah,
but and one of the greatest taglines in cinema history, Jenks. What? In space, no one can eat ice cream. Top that.
Curtis? Do you really think I'm going to enjoy this film? Are you winding me up?
No, you'd fucking hate it.
Right, okay. I thought you were serious.
The only thing I'm saying is that you may enjoy it more because it knows exactly what it is.
Well, I'm unlike you with Return of the Living Dead Part 4. If you said we reviewing this, I would watch it and I would sit through it. Maybe we should do a live special on it, and I'll watch it for that.
No, do you know what?
It'll motivate me.
After the Street Trash fiasco, right? I don't ever want you to watch a film that I like again. Right? Because it hurts, Jenks.
Yeah, okay. Where are you putting it in? Do not put in top notch. Look, I haven't even seen it, and if you put in top notch, I'll call bullshit.
Top notch.
Oh no! Fucking hell. Are you lying?
I'm not, Jenks. I genuinely, we talk about this all the time, right? My taste in movies and the movies that I like. This is why I love those movies. This is the movie that got me into those type of films. I watched this and I thought, this is the type of movie I love, right? Now, I love all horror. Everyone knows that. I've watched all kinds of horror movies, but this is my specialty. It's kind of like a B-movie horror film that doesn't take itself too serious, a bit silly, but it's well made, Jenks. It's talented people made this movie and they made it with love, all right? Yeah. So I loved this when I was a kid and I've watched it countless of times as an adult and I still love it.
Fair enough. Right. Do you want to read some comments before we move on?
Yeah. Put it this way, right, Jenks. I work in a really classy office, and sometimes I walk in the office, everyone's dressed smart, and I'm wearing a Killer Clowns from Outer Space jumper.
How are they clowns? How are they clones then? They're not.
They're just aliens, but they're alien species of clowns. Yeah.
Oh, so they haven't mimicked like Earth. They actually are clones.
They're clowns. Their spaceship is a circus tent. They have pie guns, candy floss guns. They keep humans in candy floss cocoons. They're clowns. You go into their spaceship and it looks like a circus tent.
Right. You've sold it, Curtis, to me. I can't wait for this piece of shit.
You can't call it a piece of shit because it's a good film, Jenks. Right? Look at this. Right, where are we? John said, Jenks, I managed to snag a giant Fantastic Four poster from the cinema today for my son. Taking him Wednesday. He's hyped for the trailer. I would like to take my daughter to see it. I love taking my daughter to cinema. I think it's the perfect film to show her.
I gotta say, Fantastic Four, I really thought it was going to be crap. I thought Superman would win the summer, and it's really good. It's the best I know it's a low bar, but it's the best Marvel film for 6 years since Endgame. and it's got no stupid quips all the time, joke after joke. It's absolutely, I think Galactus is terrifying. It's such a good effect. You got that Ralph Ineson, whatever. Yeah, he is brilliant. His voice is perfect. He's got his face is kind of CGI'd a little bit.
Wait there now. We've got like 7 films left, and you're reviewing a whole movie. Come on.
Anyway,
we've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read a few comments.
Yeah.
We've got Reign of Horror. What's happening, Reign of Horror?
How's it
you're
going?
Doing good. Frankie says Poltergeist 3 is the weakest, but I love it. Great trilogy.
Oh, definitely the weakest. There's no doubt.
I'll definitely have to watch it soon. John says Poltergeist 3 is underrated for me. Weakest of the 3, but I highly rate it. Yeah.
Get on it, Kurt. I'll watch Killer Clowns. No, I won't. But you got to watch Poltergeist 3.
I will. I'll watch it. I'll watch it soon.
That's not a fair trade, though. No, you get to watch a good film. I get to watch a shit film.
John says Killer Clowns is actually great fun. Jenks knows exactly what type of film it is. There we are, from the horse's mouth.
You must, Jordan. You've been watching us for a while. You must know that I'm gonna hate it. Come on.
Yeah. What's happening, Punkachino? Hope you're doing good. The dirtiest look I ever had was when I was in Florida in 1998, and I asked a local where I was allowed to smoke a fag.
Yeah, that's smoke a fag. That's brilliant.
Eli says Killer Clowns from Outer Space is top notch all day. Yes, Eli. Eli knows the score. Me and Eli are buddies. Jordan says I thought I had hundreds of VHS, but realistically I probably have way more Blu-ray now, and I've been collecting for about 3 or 4 years again. Yeah, same, John. I've between Blu-rays and 4Ks, I've got more of those than I've ever had DVDs or VHS tapes, because I had a job when I started collecting Blu-rays. I wasn't dependent on pocket money on a Saturday.
my VHSs were mainly made up of films I didn't like, because I used to buy anything that was connected to something. Like I used to have all the Batmans, all the Van Damme films. I even had Black Eagle. I was only in it for about 5 minutes. Piece of shit.
Killer Clowns is exceptional. I am loving the love we're getting for Killer Clowns in this chat today. Look at this. Killer Clowns is a great gateway horror film as well. My 4-year-old son loves it. It's his favourite. Yes, it was my daughter's favourite horror movie until I started showing her Evil Dead 2 and stuff like that. But yeah, this is one we loved watching together for years. And hello, Jason Voorhees. Thanks for jumping on.
How's it going? I think I'm going to have to watch it, Kurt, and we're going to have to review it on a live show.
Kurt is explaining Killer Clowns to Jenks. I know. What am I doing? I don't know why I'm trying. We've got Paula Fitzhenry. Sorry I'm late. You don't have to apologise. Yes. We're just glad you're here. Thank you for jumping on, Paula. We appreciate it. And look, Gina says, you're never late. You can always rewind. Exactly. Thank you for jumping on. And to everyone new, you may have been here from the start, but if you're new in the chat, welcome, guys.
Yes. Isn't it strange, Kurt, that there's never been a replacement word for rewind? Like pause and play and fast forward. Fast forward doesn't matter. You can always say that. But rewind is specific to winding a tape.
Well, I like to say back it up a bit.
I never say that.
Back it up.
I never say back it up. And neither do you.
Because you're not cool. You're not cool.
Say back it up.
You're not cool.
I think I love about rewind is that my daughter says rewind, and she knows what a VHS is. But one time it'll have to be explained to them. You'll have to look.
So my daughter's probably the only person in her class that knows her VHS tape, and they did this thing about like Victorian times.
Yeah. And
the teachers asked her, what do you think they did for fun or something like that? And she said, did they watch VHS tapes? So that's how old, because it's so far away from what we've currently got. Yeah. She thought that VHS tapes were like, oh, that's what Victorian people used to watch films on.
Well, I knew somebody that thought that man landed on the moon in the Victorian times. Genuinely.
Fucking wooden slingshot like.
Yep. And I said to them, I won't name them, and I said, but it's on TV. They didn't have TV back then. Yeah. And she said, yeah, but you don't need a TV to go to the moon. I was like, good point. Yep. That's the end of that.
Yep. You've got me there.
I wish I was lying. I wish I was paraphrasing. That's exactly how it went. And I didn't have an answer for that. I thought, yeah, that's the end of that.
Call him out, Jenks.
No,
I say call him out.
no, she's lovely. The stupider they are, the more lovely they are usually. The more intelligent, the more twats they are.
That's very true. It's very true.
Yeah, bless
I've
them.
always thought you were quite intelligent.
Yes, until we did a channel together. Well, I'm older than you, so I get. It looks like I'm more intelligent, but you're catching up now. You're older, so it's the game is up. Anyway, we're on. So we are on Maniac Cop, right?
Yes.
Bruce Campbell's in this. Anything with Bruce Campbell in this, to jump on. I was obsessed with Bruce Campbell growing up. I've seen all of Maniac Cops. I think he's only in the first one, wasn't he? I could be wrong.
What, the actor?
Bruce Campbell.
Oh, Bruce Campbell, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the first one. He's the cop, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen all of Maniac Cop films. They're all quite crap, really. I don't know why I've seen. I don't know why I've seen them all, but I don't know. I just kind of thought he was cool at the time. I can't remember a lot about it. He was just a zombie cop killing people. Pretty straightforward. He was a very he must have been a straight to video. I can't remember. I can't imagine.
What's his name, Jenks?
Jeff.
The main guy.
I haven't got a clue.
Got a big chin, didn't he?
Oh yes, he was in Tango and Cash.
Yes, Tango and Cash.
He's got the biggest chin in the world.
Yeah. I feel like I wanted to get someone in who had a bigger chin than Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, they found. Yeah,
you know, Sam Raimi's like, look, I've been shitting on your chin for a long time. I'm going to leave you off the hook this time. We're going to get someone in with a bigger chin than you.
Shitting on your chin. That sounds disgusting.
What about ragging on your chin?
This guy's chin is like up there with the guy from Nightbreed. It is huge.
Yeah, he looks great with a beard. Looks really good with a beard.
Oh, he'd have to grow a big beard to hide that fucking chin.
Yeah. I'm sure he did have a problem though, didn't he? He had some sort of problem. I think
didn't he have like chinitis or something? It's a rare condition. Yeah, look, I don't remember a hell of a lot about this film, but I do remember enjoying it enough to watch 3 of them. So I'm going to stick this in Not Bad Boyo.
I agree with you, Jenks. For some reason, I should have gone back to this one a lot more than I have. It's produced by Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi's got a cameo in there. Bruce Campbell's in there. I should be jumping on this movie all the time. I own it on DVD and Blu-ray, but I don't think I've watched this in over 10 years, maybe.
10 years? That's like 30 years to me.
Yeah, exactly. But for some reason, I haven't gone back to it in a long time. At one point, I wanted to review it on the channel. Very early on in the channel. I was going to rewatch it, but I didn't get around to it.
Yeah.
But I remember relatively liking this one. I obviously don't like it that much to not go back to it, but yeah, it's a solid film. Any film with Bruce Campbell in it's got some love from me. But
are you kind of shocked that I've seen all 3 of them?
Yeah, I am actually. I've only seen the first one.
Listen, Curtis, don't ask me what happens in 2 and 3 at all. Only thing I remember about the first one is that actor in it and Bruce Campbell in the back of a van flying around. I think that's all I remember.
Yeah.
Right. Next up. Right. I'll kick this off. No, you can kick this off. Good.
What have we got?
Friday the 13th, Part 5.
Yeah. So this is probably one of the worst Friday the 13th movies. This is one I actually skip when I'm watching them. So I go 4 to 6. You don't need to see this one. And what they try to do is they try to continue the franchise without Jason Voorhees. Now, this one was going to spawn a new franchise with a new killer, but the backlash of this movie made them bring Jason back, and that's why Jason's back in Part 6, zombified, because obviously people did not like this one. And 2 seconds, I've just getting the name. I put the name down of the killer out because I haven't seen this one much. But this one is Roy Burns. He's the paramedic from this movie, and his son gets killed by one of the, I want to say inmates. They're troubled kids living in this cabin, and his son gets killed by one of them, and he obviously dresses up as Jason. He's a mimic killer, and then he starts killing the kids. But we don't know this until the end. Apart from that reveal, now the majority of the film we think it's actually Jason. that doesn't matter because even then it's still one of the weakest ones. It's got the weakest kills. It's got the worst looking Jason. I hate his claws in it. The mask, they changed the red to blue. Yeah, I haven't seen this one a whole lot of times. I usually skip it, but up until recently, I would have ranked this higher than Jason Goes to Hell. But I'm actually quite a fan of that one now, rewatching it. So this one is now officially my least liked
We can put
Friday
it.
the 13th movie. Dog shit.
Dog shit. Wow.
Dog
I
shit.
can't believe it. Well, I watched this for the first time when we did our ranking. I had seen most of the Jason films, but I hadn't seen 7 and 5 and 2 and 3. Quite a lot, actually.
And 3.
Yeah. Well, I might have seen them, but I've completely forgotten about them. I mixed them up. My brain was only seeing zombie Jason onwards. I hated this movie. It is the worst of the franchise. I didn't like. Look, if it's a copycat killer of Jason, at least show him as Jason killing people. You were seeing the kills off. You were seeing the killer off camera. So at least think, oh my gosh, Jason killing people. But it could have been Ghostface killing people. It didn't make any sense. The kills were crap. The acting was fucking shit. You got a different. I know you got a different actor playing.
Jenks, the poster you've used is part 7.
Oh, have I?
Yeah, I've just noticed that's part 7.
Wow. How did I do that? That's weird. That's weird.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah,
Oh,
just letting you know.
It bugs me. That's really bugging me. Anyway, yeah, I hate this film. It's the worst of the bunch. But without this movie, we wouldn't have got Zombie Jason. So we gotta love this. Gotta love this a little bit. It needed to exist.
Right. We've messed up here.
What? It's not out in 88.
Nope. Part 7. It is part 7 that's in 88. We've been talking about the wrong film.
Oh yeah, 85 part 5 came out. Oh my god. Look.
Oh, Christ.
Luckily nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I will say is, just to change it up a little bit, I put in piss poor. One up from bottom.
Yeah, listen, I would say I think, do you know what?
No. I don't know, it's a tough one. There's so much I love about part 7. Jason's look particularly.
Wait there, are you 88 this came out, is it? Or 87?
Yeah, 88. 88.
Oh, do you know what?
Look, it is. I've Googled it, right? Friday the 13th, part 7, 1988. We messed up, Jenks, big time. We messed up here.
Well, I messed up.
People are dropping from the stream.
They're disgusted. YouTuber on the phone. Listen, this is a bad show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenks, this show is going to get us 400 Ofcom complaints. As if we've got 400 people.
Look, okay, I'm going to just quickly say what I think of 7. I think 7 is absolute shit. The only reason it's not going in dog shit is because it's the best Jason's ever looked and best he's ever behaved. So it's dipping his toe in shit, but it's covered in piss.
But it's covered in piss.
Yeah. Where are you putting yours? Piss poor as well.
Piss poor, yes. I'm not a big fan of this one. Like you said, it's one of the best looking Jasons. It's the Jason I used to collect. So I still do. I collect horror figures. Yeah. And I'd always get Jason Part 7. I love the exposed spine. I love the ripped claws. I love the chopped up mask. It's the best. It's one of the best Jasons ever looked.
Yeah.
But this one's all over the place. The acting's poor.
Oh my God,
The storyline's ridiculous. You can't just chuck someone into this franchise with powers. And I read that this was meant to be Freddy versus Jason. So that didn't come to fruition. And they didn't change the script too much, Jenks. They just swapped out Freddy with this girl. And that's why she's got superpowers. And that's why they have like this big fantastical fight at the end. She's got superpowers and he's obviously Jason. But yeah, I don't know how true that is. I've read something that it was originally Freddy versus Jason, and that's why there's like powers and shit in it.
Well, it's shit, but
it's one of the weaker Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah, it's terrible. And you've got Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's as the Doctor. He's the worst actor ever. You can see why he was cast as a dead guy in Weekend at Bernie's because he is absolutely horseshit acting. Yeah. Okay. So we ranted about part 5 for nothing. I wonder if anyone noticed in the chat. Nobody.
We've got to remove one film from there now.
Listen, I'm thinking about not talking about the lady in white because
I haven't seen it.
I can't remember enough. Let's skip it. 'Cause we're
skip
coming up to 1 hour and a half. Right. Do you want to read some comments before we do the last 2?
Yeah. Look at this. Eli's been a member for 6 months.
Oh wow, amazing.
Thank you so much, Eli. And you're always giving us so much love, mate. We appreciate it. You're awesome. Gina says, consider subscribing and becoming a member of the Twisted Knights. Awesome, thank you, Gina.
Can I just go back to can I just go back to one comment? Yeah, just saw Jordan Moran said Curtis get annoyed at Jenks for not understanding why it's great based on the title alone, but Jenks they're from outer space and they're clowns that kill with candy floss guns. Sold. I love it. Brilliant.
That's class. John says, I watched Maniac Cop and the ambulance yesterday, so no horror today. Matt Cordell played by Robert Z'Dar. That's it.
Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you watched Maniac Cop yesterday?
That's amazing.
I haven't seen the ambulance in years.
I think you might be the only one who watched it yesterday in the
world. Dawn says, oh my God, Curtis, that's bad as shit in your hands and clap. Oh my God. I don't know what that's referring to. Sorry, Dawn. I think this is quite an old comment. Probably something to do with me mentioning shitting on Bruce Campbell's chin. I don't know.
Yes, must be.
Tyler says, "Damn, 88 is loaded. Pumpkinhead is a good one. We shouldn't have done 88. There's too many films, and we've also missed loads of bangers."
Yeah.
Punkachina says, "Maniac Cop is bloody brilliant, top notch for me. I need to rewatch it." Gina says, Maniac Cop is brilliant. Bruce is in the second, but spoiler, after all these years, he's offed. There we go.
Yes.
Damn, Jenks, you've seen all 3 Maniac Cops, but you haven't seen Killer Clowns. What the hell? And Paula also noticed that, Jenks, you're being called out here.
Yeah. Yeah, but Curtis, you've seen what's it, Mystery Date? Is it the Adam Sandler film multiple times? You haven't seen Poltergeist 3?
Yeah, I know. Look, Jordan did call it out. If we were just looking at the comments, Jenks, you're talking about 5.
Well, do you know what? I did it right, but I just said next up we got Friday the 13th Part 5. So my wording was wrong, but I actually got the right thumbnail, right picture.
There we are. I know it's a weird one because you were talking about 5, 7 is the tag. Yeah, of course.
Are we caught up?
Eli, Dan Curtis, I'd put it in piss poor. Dog shit is Jenks' ranking, lol. Yes, piss poor. Frankie says, I like Friday the 13th Part 7. Kane's debut was Jason and he looks badass. Seamus got butchered by the MPA. Yeah, there's a lot to love in there, but ultimately I think overall it's a pretty poor film.
Yeah.
Gina says, can't believe they spent $1 million on the 30-minute fan film they're releasing next month. As for Jason's mask, what the fuck? I know. The trailer looks half decent, to be honest, and the guy who directed Wrong Turn has made it. But I'm not a fan of that mask, guys.
Is it the proper Wrong Turn, or is that shitty remake?
No, the original, the OG one.
I
Wrong
love
Turn,
that film.
The first one. Yeah.
Brilliant.
We've got Davey Deathry in the chat.
Davey Deathry, how's it going, dude?
What's happening, Davey? I feel like I haven't spoke to you in ages, pal. I hope you're doing well. We've got Vivian. Hiya, Viv. Hope you're doing good.
Hi, Vivian.
Kane Horder has just unsubscribed. Right, let's get on to the last few then, is it?
Right, last 2. We're going to skip Lady in White because you haven't seen it and I can't remember
skip
it.
Beetlejuice as well.
No way. Beetlejuice is horror, okay? I love Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is one of the best movies ever. It blew me away when it came out. It made me fall in love with Michael Keaton. Honestly, that guy can do no wrong. He is so brilliant at this role. In Beetlejuice 2, he just falls into it with ease. He's so fucking clever. I love the plot. It is one of the most batshit crazy plots ever. Where it's not just like 2 ghosts stuck in a house trying to get rid of the owners. It's everything else. It's the afterlife. It's having a Beetlejuice as this sort of bioexorcist that lives in their sort of model village. It's so bonkers, and yeah, I absolutely love this movie. And this is my first, I think, of the night, Kurt. Top notch.
Yeah. I agree with you, Jenks. It is top notch. I don't know how Tim Burton pitched this movie and how we got the studio to go for it, because this must have been a hard one to explain and to
Oh
get
yeah.
people to understand his vision for the movie. Luckily enough, I think he had done the Batman, and that's why he was allowed to make Beetlejuice.
No,
if
no,
I'm
so
correct.
no, wrong way around.
Is it?
Yeah, Batman came after this.
Oh, okay.
So he was mesmerized by Michael Keaton. And that's how with Beetlejuice, and that's how he cast him as Batman.
Right, okay. Right. But there was something that led the studio to trust him in this movie.
Must have
And
been.
yeah, this movie has become a proper cult classic, so
Yeah.
much so that it was able to do a sequel, 35 years later,
Yeah.
and make the money that it's made. And bear in mind, there hasn't been much property attached to Beetlejuice since. So this is a beloved movie. I think it's a fantastic film. Top notch, Jenks, all day.
Top notch.
I'm a bit sore on this movie, Jenks, because we did a Beetlejuice video and it tanked.
I know. Yeah, I wish the second one was better. It had the bones of a good film, but it was just overstuffed, and I kind of have no interest at all in a third one.
I didn't enjoy it in cinema one bit, because I went in with my Beetlejuice goggles on, and rewatching it. My daughter bought it for me on 4K for Christmas, right? So I was like, oh, great. I just slagged the film off on my podcast. Like, my daughter's all excited. She's bought me a film, like. But then I watched it with my daughter, and I enjoyed it so much more. Once I'd kind of distanced it from the first one and seen it as its own movie, and kind of got all my hatred out for it, kind of enjoyed it a lot more, but I'm still not going to rank it much higher.
Yeah, it's about three plots trying to make its way into the film, and you should just pick one.
There's too much going on, 100%.
Right then, last up, you can pick this. You can start this one, Kurt, and it's They Live, John Carpenter.
Yeah, one of my favourite John Carpenter movies. I am a huge fan of this film. No, I don't class this one as horror. This one is more of a straight up sci-fi. I didn't put it on the list, but I'm happy this year. I did wear my They Live t-shirt because I've seen the list. But I wouldn't class this one as a horror movie, but John Carpenter is horror royalty, so why not? But yeah, this is one that's more relevant now, more than ever. Obviously, you've got the aliens come down and you've got all the subliminal messaging. I love this film. I love how macho it is. It doesn't hold back on how macho it is. You've got that great fight with John Nadler and Keith David.
Yeah.
This is one of John Carpenter's finest movies. I think it's one not a lot of people have seen. I know it came a bit later in his career, but yeah, this is a phenomenal film. It's got great one-liners. It's got great action. I love the look on the aliens, and Roddy Piper is smooth as hell in this film. That scene where he goes into the bank. I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. It's such a good line, right? That when he was wrestling, he had a book of lines that he would pitch to WWE, right? And he gave that book to John Carpenter, and he looked through his lines and he picked some out from his actual book that he wanted to say while he was wrestling. And that's one of the lines that he had wrote down that he wanted, obviously, his WWE character to say.
Yeah.
It's a great line. So iconic.
So is it going to top notch?
All day. Yeah. All day.
Yeah, I really like this film. I know it's not horror, but when I was making this list, I thought, I can't not include They Live. You love the fucking film so much. Yeah, I think it's so cool. I think, there's not much horror in it, but it's a sci-fi, and I kind of like, you can just chuck it in. And John Carpenter is so associated with horror. I think the sunglasses idea is so clever. The look of the aliens, like you said, is amazing. I've had lots of ideas with writing stories, and I've had a few that have accidentally sounded too much like They Live. I'm like, oh no, they did that with They Live with the sunglasses. What about if I'm like, oh fuck, They Live? And I was trying to design an alien, and I was thinking of a smiling skeleton. I was like, oh, it's fucking They Live. Shit. That's how awesome it is.
Yeah, it's so good. And as much as I say it's not a horror movie, the first time John Nadler sees the aliens when he puts the glasses on, terrifying. It's the way they gawk at him.
Yeah.
Because they've got emotionless faces. They're just big eyes with this decrepit skin. And John Carpenter wanted them to look that way. He didn't want like really intelligent looking aliens. He wanted basically scum of the earth,
Yeah.
decayed skin, big eyes, no expression, and these people are just like feeding off us humans, and he wanted them to look that way. He did a great job. But
I think.
yeah, when John Adder first puts those glasses on, and you start picking out the aliens in the crowds, phenomenal.
See, this is the type of film, see, that if somebody pitched it to me, this guy puts sunglasses on and you can see everyone as aliens, I'd be like, oh, that's enough. I'm sold.
Yeah,
Those are the
100%.
that
Yeah.
hook for me is spot on. I'm not going to put a top notch because I haven't revisited this loads of times, but I'm going to stick it in. It's a good year, and that's our list done.
I'll take it. I'll
Let's
take
have a
that.
look at the top spot then. We got Child's Play, Slugs, Blob, Killer Clowns, tells mainly you. Beetlejuice, They Live. Only one of mine is in the top notch, Beetlejuice. And yeah, it's not bad. I just want to read this one out. Eli Cortez, our guy Davey Deathray is an official affiliate with the new slasher trash doc coming out next year. If you haven't pre-ordered it, use Davies link below. Yeah, just want to plug Davies trash slasher doc. Yeah,
That is awesome. I'll definitely check that out and support Davey wherever I can.
yes, but that's our list. Hey, not bad. Almost hour and a half. We did waffle at the start.
Yeah. Fucking Happy Gilmore 2 and better, man.
But yeah, listen, guys, I enjoyed that. It's a really strong year, 88.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
We won't be doing a year that strong again, Jenks.
No, what have we done so far? We've done 80, 83. What else have we done? We've done about 4 of these
86, 90 something, 2000s. Yeah.
now. Oh, 1990 and 2004. Yes.
Yeah, and 96, 86, I think.
Isn't it scary now, though? If you do a 2010, it's still 15 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that mental? Like,
Yeah.
that's mental. That's like, if it was 1985, it would be 1970.
Yeah.
Which seems like worlds apart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we can wrap it up there. I think we've been waffling on as long as we can. So we are, Curtis and I are going to see. We're hopefully going to see Weapons tomorrow, or you don't think it is?
It's definitely together.
You've looked at the clues.
Yeah, it's definitely together.
Well, I don't care. I really fancy that film. So they're doing a Scream Unseen tomorrow in the Odeon. Curtis and I are watching it, and we're going to jump straight on live straight after. Unprepped. We're just going to talk about it. It'll be short and sweet probably because it'll be quite late in the night, and it's a bit too late for us. We'd be tired. But we thought, fuck it, why not? We've never done it before. And
100%.
we might get a different audience that late as well. So I'm guessing it'll be probably about 11 o'clock in the night.
11. I'm in the office the next day. 11 o'clock.
What time's the film?
Well, it's on like 8, like 10. I got a half-hour drive as well.
Yeah, it'll be about 10 o'clock. Be all right. 10:30. Yeah, we do a quick review. But yes, and then on Wednesday, we still up for that, Curtis?
What, Brain Dead watch party?
Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
Right. On Wednesday, instead of a regular show, we are doing a Brain Dead watch party. The reason I picked Brain Dead is because it's free on YouTube. So people can watch it.
And we love Brain Dead.
And we love Brain Dead, yes. We proper love Brain Dead. What is it? You got Night of the Living Dead's on there, Day of the Dead's on there, Dawn of the Dead remix on there.
Yeah.
How are they all free? I don't even understand how it
I have
works.
no idea how they've been on there for so long and they haven't been pulled down. I mean, we put videos up with short clips that get pulled up for copyright.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand it. I understand with Night of the Living Dead because it's got the copyright thing, but why is like Dawn of the Dead? And
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Weird. Davey Deathray says, be careful. If it's a Scream Unseen, it might be The Home. Have you read the clues, Kurt?
No, it's definitely together. But
yeah,
The Home is the one with Pete Davidson in there. I don't really fancy that one in the nursing home.
Oh yeah. So the clues are telling you it's most likely to be together, is it?
Yeah. So one of the clues is finish him. One of the actors in there is in the new Mortal Kombat, and there was Lego magic. So I think Alison, what's her name? Brie Larson. Alison Brie.
Alison Brie, yeah.
She was in Lego Movie, and Dave Franco was in Now You See Me, Brick Magic.
Was she in Lego Movie?
I don't know. I don't know. So someone said.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, we're going to watch it anyway. If it's the home, maybe we won't go live. Anyway, anything to add, Kurt, before you wrap it up?
No, I'm all good. Thank you to everyone who jumped on today. I felt a bit rusty today. I felt like I've been off for a long time. But thank you to everyone who jumped in. You made it an awesome one, like always. And we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yes. Hello, Movie Sperm.
Hey!
You're just at the end. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you tomorrow, and we'll catch you Wednesday. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.